Hello everyone, Volker here from MSO-dlx, Microsoft Office Deluxe. You no longer need the base add-in. There are standalone function packages such as for the electronic markup, and the newest is this function package for Tombstones. This is what I would like to show you in this video. Tombstones are public announcements of financial transactions, and as such they are used as references in new pitches. And the users spend way too much time on formatting the tombstones. For that reason, I've programmed this function package. We'll need this slide in a minute, so I'm copying it and opening a new sample presentation. We won't follow the roadmap of the sample presentation. I'm going to show you the most central functions, and I won't go into distracting details. Tombstones usually are shown as tables with 6 through 7 pieces of information. They are formatted in tables, so they look exactly the same raw height and size and so on. I've inserted a new table with 7 rows that is formatted, of course, natively PowerPoint and needs to be changed into house style. So here we go. That's now formatted as house style. By the way, PowerPoint has the habit of placing new pieces into empty placeholders. That's not what I want. That's why I'm cutting and repasting the tombstone. I want to have the placeholder for orientation purposes where to fit the new tombstone matrix. Actually, I won't use this tombstone. If the house style is different in your company, which is probably the case, we will have to configure the add-in differently. No problem, quickly done. I'm copying the table over here, which has the same format. That's not why I've copied it, so we can even format again. So you see no changes, but this table contains the categories of the pieces of information to be filled into the tombstones in the tombstone matrix. Now, this is my reference tombstone. I've positioned it in the top left corner where the new tombstone matrix shall start. Now I need the data for the tombstone. Let's copy the data from Excel. So it's been prepared in Excel. I'm filling in some nonsense text in the empty placeholders, thereby forcing PowerPoint to place the new tables onto the slide and not stealing placeholders from me, which I need for different content. With the reference tombstone, the template tombstones selected, the data table selected in addition, I perform a shift click to create a new tombstone matrix. The data table contains 6 rows, 6 tombstones have been created, which I'm going to fit now into the area of the placeholder. I want to have a tombstone matrix, 3 columns by 2 rows. After applying the first time, the checkbox apply immediately is enabled. I'm checking this checkbox so I can resize the tombstones in real time. Now the height, it's a bit too high. Here we go. Actually, this is not a pitch book to be printed, it's a screenshot, meaning we need a larger font size. All right. What have we done? We had a reference tombstone placed in the upper left corner. We've copied a data table with both selected, a shift click and we did some fitting, and now we have a new neat tombstone matrix. The reference tombstone has been shifted left off slide. If I were to say create a new tombstone matrix on the right hand side, I can recycle the tombstone. It's still there. I don't have to rebuild one from scratch. Immediately underneath, there is another tombstone which contains the longest pieces of text in each row. So this table I can optimize. Smaller than this table can't be any table in the tombstone matrix at this font size. If I fitted this table, I select the tombstones, I select the new reference tombstone last, and I perform a Control Shift click on Format Tombstone Tables to transfer the raw heights. I don't care for the width, so I'm skipping on the width, and now I've set it to the same raw height as here. That's like the minimum raw height I need. The matrix become too small, so we will fix that quickly, increasing the height again. All right, so now we need the logos. If you have a logo database, we can hook up this add-in to your local database, else I perform a control click. The company names are in the third row. So that opens an internet browser with the searches for the company logos. You see, my work is expedited one more time. Here we already have the logos. These still need to be placed. With a native function, I can even expedite this part. Now, these tombstones shall be reordered by the transaction amount. We have single shapes. I'm selecting the tombstones in the desired order, descending transaction amounts, and I rearrange them in 3 columns by 2 rows. And watch what's going to happen. The logos are taken along, right? And once I've done that, the tombstones are also reordered, that I don't have to reselect them in the desired order. I can just select them like this, and I won't have any changes because they have been reordered. Now, I want to add 2 more tombstones. So we need to make space for the new tombstones to come. Maybe like this. Notice the logos are resized. You may have to rework manually as needed. It's not completely possible to calculate the new size properly. All right, so now I've resized the matrix to add 2 more tombstones. I could start over with the template shape, but actually I'm much rather copying this table here. It has already the correct raw heights and everything, but I need to override the contents by the title names, column title names, right? And the new data we have here, Control C, and some nonsense text, Control V, the data table on the slide, the nonsense text deleted, my reference tombstone, data table selected, and a shift click, and in 1 column. All right, so the logos, control click, third row, and I can add the logos from here. I'm saving us some time, not doing that now. All right, and the gap width are not uniform, so I need to fit the matrix afresh. These tables are new, so I can't select them like this. I have to select the tombstones in the desired order, then arrange in 4 columns and 2 rows, and fit them into the space of the placeholder. Okay. All right. Some 11 minutes into the video, we've created a new matrix and sized it properly, optimized it. Then we actually rearranged the matrix and added 2 more tombstones, and it's all looking pretty neatly aligned. How long does it take you to create a matrix like this? If you're interested, send me an email to service@mso-dlx.com, and I'll be more than happy providing solutions like this for you. One more thing I want to show you is, like, sometimes you have a rebrand, or a partner is submitting logos to you for a joint pitch and they are formatted differently, not even using different colors and fonts, but also portraying the data in a different order. To migrate the tombstones, you first extract the data. Of course, the macro doesn't know the order of the pieces of information, so you have to fill in the column titles, and to refill the matrix in the different order, you need to pick the top left tombstone and say the company name shall be now in the second row. The amount shall be in the third row this time. The description stays in the fourth row. Here we want to have the date this time. We'll leave the role shall be here, and here we have the region. All right. Selecting the tombstones, selecting the data table last, and performing a control click to fill in the information in the different order into the tombstones. You see? Nicely migrated. All right. I hope you like it. As I said, if you're interested, you just send me an email and to get a demo version of it. Looking forward to hearing from you. So long, Voka from MSO-dlx, Microsoft Office Deluxe.